We're going to take a look at the melt modifier. We're going to start with a plane, and we're going to add a box on top of this plane. I'm going to change the color of that box so we can see what's going on. And we'll go add the melt modifier. Alright, once we've done that, we have several properties we can set. Under the amount, you can see that's how much that it's melted, and you can go over 100% on this. The percent of melt is how much it's actually going to spread out from the time it melts. So we'll go down to here, and then we'll adjust the spread, and you can see how it increases. That is a percentage, so you cannot go over 100 on that. Over here with the solidity, you can change what type of property it's going to have when it melts. So the default is ice, and that's what this is. When we try to melt this, it tries to simulate ice. And as we change these, you can see how the melt changes. So the jelly has this middle sag in it when it melts. You can see that a little bit better if we pull it down here. And then under plastics. Now, you can see that we have these lines here, which is what it's trying to do. And the reason why it's not doing that is because in our box we need to add segments. We can see as we add these segments, it changes the look of our melt. So we'll go back up to melt, and now you can see we get a little bit more of that alignment. So now the other property that we have here is the axis to melt in. So we can change that so that it actually melts sideways, upside down, however we want to do that. We can also flip the axis so that we can change the direction 180 degrees. Now we have a little extra time with our 5-minute modifier, so let's do a few things with this to make it look more realistic. So I'm going to open up my material editor, and I do that by hitting M on the keyboard. And we have the slate material editor. If you're not familiar with the materials, we have a video for that. I'll link it inside of this video. But we're going to turn on show incompatibles, and that allows us to come down here to see other materials that don't show up without that checked. So we're going to add, let's do a tropical blue water. And for the ice, we're going to put a glass material on it. Let's try this rippled light blue. And when you render that, you may have to change your renderer by changing your render properties. We'll go to a mental ray. Alright, and we have some light issues with this, but overall I think it's going to look pretty good. So we're going to animate this melt, and the way we're going to do that is using our keyframes. And if you need more help with the animations, we have a video for that as well. I'll link that to this. So we're going to start a keyframe there. We'll make sure our box is select. Start our keyframe there, and we'll go to 100. We'll increase our amount, and I'm going to go back to the Z, and we'll hit key there. And now when we hit play, we can see we have that melt.